Hi BookTube, it's Missy, and today I'm going to share with you guys my weekly wrap-up for week 34. Last week I only read one book, but I did start 2 others, so it sort of counts. Anywho, the book that I want to talk about is The Dead I Know by Scott Gardner. This is called a psychodrama. That's what it says on the inside flap, and this is about a teenage boy named Aaron Rowe who had something really bad happen to him in the past, but he doesn't know it, or he does, but subconsciously he's been holding it in, and so it manifests into nightmares, and because of the nightmares he ends up sleepwalking. So he finds himself sometimes just on a bench, like somewhere else, or at the beach, or miles away from his house, sometimes at his neighbor's, and if he doesn't get to the bottom of these nightmares or the sleepwalking, maybe one day he'll just die, like fall off a building or go into the ocean and drown. Who knows? But Aaron decides he wants to become a funeral director, and there is a funeral home in his neighborhood, like a little bit of ways from his trailer park. So he decides he's going to intern there. John, what's his name? Barton. John Barton is his boss and brings him in and kind of treats him like his own. John Barton does have a wife and a daughter, Sky, who is 12, and somehow Sky is able to get Aaron to come out of his shell a little bit and to speak to her. And throughout the book, Aaron is always wondering why he's able to speak to Sky and not any other people, and he's just thinking it might be because she is a child, and children are innocent and they have a different way of looking at things. So we have the bad things that happened to him in his past that he's suppressed. Then we have the sleepwalking and the nightmares, which causes him to have some kind of insomnia, so he's always dead tired. And he feels really strongly about being a funeral director. Like, he feels like he's at home with the dead and that this will help him, but he doesn't know why. He also lives with a person named Mam, and she is in her, I want to say like 60s or 70s. She's starting to get dementia, and he's keeping it away from the neighbors and his new boss, and he doesn't have any insurance, I don't think, or maybe he does. He just doesn't want the doctors to find out, or the police, because he doesn't want Mam to be taken away. And so there's that aspect of the book too. It was really short. I think I gave this book 3.5 stars. It was slightly confusing at times. But overall, it was kind of a sad story, and yeah, so there's like a little bit of mental illness and all of that, and yeah, it was okay. And that was it. The other 2 books that I read, started reading last week were Illusionarium and The Cage. I talked a little bit about this to you guys last week. Whoa, I'm really dark. And so I did start this book like Friday, I think, and I got to 112 pages, but I wanted to have it finished by Sunday so I could, put it in my weekly wrap-up. But I remembered that this book was also due today, which is Thursday, and so I kind of wanted to start this one as well, and then maybe take turns reading one chapter and then the other chapter. But this book was so good, I couldn't stop reading it, and so I ended up neglecting Illusionarium. Now this book will be in, I already did a full review on it, and I have the video link down below so you can check that out. It was just amazing. So great sci-fi. I can't recheck this book out right now because it does have a hold, but I am planning on picking it back up. It's okay so far. It hasn't really caught my attention, and that's why I was able to be engrossed into The Cage. But it's about a boy who His dad is the head scientist of this alternate London, and there is a disease that has taken over the main city where the king lives, and it only attacks women and girls, so the female species. And the father and the son, which is the apprentice, needs to figure out a cure before, you know, everybody dies. While trying to figure out the cure, the son comes across the highest scientist in their land, which is Lady something. Lady something, I don't even know what her name is. Floral or something like that. It is Lady Floral. Haha. So he comes across Lady Floral, and she is trying to convince him that she does have the cure for this disease, but that he has to create illusions for her in order as payment for her to give him the antidote. And that's where I left off. So it's a very strange alternate steampunk London with other alternate Londons. There's not just one alternate London, there's hundreds of alternate Londons, and then there's illusions that these people can make through like a hypnotic drug, like where they breathe it in somehow, and that alters their mindset so that way they can create illusions. And then there's, you know, all the rest of the steampunks. There's lots of cloud houses and flying ships and all that sorts of stuff. So far, like I said, it was just okay. It hasn't really grabbed me yet, and so I'll try and pick it back up when I can. Alright, that was it. I read one full book by Sunday. I finished another one which has its own review, and then I partially read a book. And that is it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon.